Welcome everyone to Jayhawk Wrestling. I'm John Arter along with Ron Gaffner. We have the Muskegon duels here at Bartell's Roadie Gymnasium. The Jayhawks have their first match against Olivet. And Ron, it should be a good match. Well, the man that's rated #1 in the country, Zach Cooper,
Lopez. You're checking it at 49 though, right?
49.
Yep, okay. Just a minute.
As a forfeit to start things out, as we start the 141-pound weight class, is the weight class that was picked.
Yeah, it's tough this year. We're low in numbers, and there's a rule in college that you can only wrestle 1.5% of your body weight above where you're weighing in per week. So,
Muskegon Community College, 149.
Thank you. And so we're moving kids around again today, just trying to fill our lineup and give us the opportunity to get as many matches as we can this time of year and keep them active on the mat. So our first match is Chris Root from Muskegon Community College and Matt Lopez from Olivet College. Matt Lopez is from Bloomingdale, down by Kalamazoo, and Chris Root is from Lansing Catholic Central. He's been wrestling some 49, 57 for us. He's having a good season. He's 13-13 and has placed in a couple of tournaments for us. So he got caught a little flat-footed on his feet right there, so he's just got to work to get the reversal now. He's more dominant on top with his cradles and so forth, as you saw the other night with our match against Grand Valley.
Well, there's a 2-point takedown for Matt Lopez as he takes an early 2-0 lead and a 1-point escape. Cuts that lead in half.
And Chris Wood again is shooting with his head down, so he's getting taken down. He's got to keep his head up when he takes his shot. He reaches too far, so again an escape by Chris Root makes the score 4-2. He's just got to get a lower stance, put his hand on the mat, protect his legs a little bit more so that Matt Lopez cannot get that easy shot on him like that.
Lopez trying to attack that right leg. After that single leg, it's worked good for him a couple times, and that time Mr. Root was ready for him. There's a shot by Root.
Now head up the middle. Got to change off to a double and get his 2. There's 2.
2-point takedown.
So he comes back strong on that takedown, and he's got that cradle locked up. That's where he wants to be. He's going to take it back slow. Threw it too hard. He went too hard with it. He's just got to take it back a little bit slower. Once he gets his hands locked, he's got to slide his hip underneath and just rock him backwards a little slower. He just wanted it so bad, John, that he just got a little overexcited.
And not being able to hold it for at least 2 seconds, no points were given.
Correct. He has to hold him for at least his 2 count. If he holds him for a 5 count, then he'll get a 3-point near fall. But first thing we got to do is get our hands locked. There we go. There we go. Now take your time with it. Now take your time.
Lopez standing up while Root has it.
There we go.
Locked
Took it back
up,
a
and
little
now he
slower
brings
that
him back.
time. Wants to push that knee into the lower hip, slide his hips away. He's a little high with the cradle. He's got to get him to settle his hips. Come up with him now. He got his 3-point near fall.
3-point near fall.
I'm sure he's going to go right back to it again. Lopez is just trying to extend his body and keep his arms out in front of him so he doesn't get his head close to his knee. Nice step through, high on the shoulder Turk. Now he's got to go with his left arm and high on the shoulder across the face. Nope, he got his hips back down again. So
20 seconds
stay tough.
left.
He's got to stay tough. Don't give him any points this period. Stay on his wrists. Chris has got to do a better job of hand fighting right here. He's got to hang on to the wrist. There
Lopez trying to get to his feet, and he gets the 2-point reversal.
Again, he didn't control the wrist, and he pulled him right on top of him, so that's what he can't do.
2 seconds left. Root up to his feet, and that'll do it for the first period. Plenty of scoring. Chris Root with a 1-point lead, 7-6.
Chris is cutting pretty hard for us to make 49, so he's just got to pace himself a little bit in this second period because otherwise fatigue will set in on him, so he's got to be ready. I think Olivet's choice on that one?
No, it was Muskegon's choice.
Okay, so he chose
it's an even night. Yes.
He chose to
neutral,
go neutral, which surprised me. I thought he would take top.
There's a shot by
Lopez.
Lopez.
Slide his hip. He's got to get up on top. Got to pull himself up on top.
2-point takedown.
2-point from Muskegon. He's got to get that arm. There you go. He's got to come up on top. He's in bad position right now. He's got to pull himself up on top and get control. He's got to get up on that waist. Pull him, keep sliding back. There he goes. Now slap that crossface on. There we go. He's got to stay aggressive. He's got to get those back points when he can.
Has the takedowns evolved, Ron, where they're a little more lenient as having the takedown before when the defending wrestler at least had a hold of a leg, they would not award that takedown?
The rule has changed. If you attack the leg, you get the single leg, all you have to do is secure the outside ankle, just touch it, and it's 2 points. If you duck under, if the defensive wrestler places his hands on the mat, it's 2 points. So it's a lot easier to score the 2 points right now. And the key thing is that now wrestling has changed, and the counters are a lot different. As you saw with Chris, he went to lock in the crotch and just try to slide underneath it, so you'll see that a lot more. The old days, it was just sprawl your feet back, kick your feet back as hard as you can, and put as much pressure on the head as you could. That's the old style, and that's probably the safest style. You remember when you were a wrestler, John, you just kick those legs back and smash down on that head and slam that cross face in.
Exactly.
Just trying to punish that man as much as you could. Chris got to get off his hip. He's getting a little. So again, he wants to keep those wrists tied up, but he wants to stay with his cross-face cradle. He has a tendency to get in trouble when he goes to his hip and lays on his side. That's when young men get in trouble and get reversed.
A 3-point lead for Chris Root, 9-6, as he put a takedown here in the second period, where we have about 20 seconds left to go here. Second period.
It would be real nice to see him slap that cradle on one more time and get 3 more back points. Now he's got to pick up that inside knee, step through it, turkey him over if he can. But right now, he's just playing it safe, staying on top, working out this period.
5 seconds left.
3 seconds left.
That'll do it. After 2 periods, a 3-point lead for Chris Root.
Okay, he gave 1 escape for Root. He took the down position. Olivet gives him the escape, thinks he can do better on his feet with him. So it should be 10-6.
10-6.
Should be 10-6. He gave an escape point.
Lopez seems to
Lopez
shoot for that
waiting.
right leg.
Sorry, John. Lopez was looking for a shot, looking for, there it is. Root's got to react a little quicker. He's kind of slow to respond. He's got to pick up on his reaction time. Now he's doing that same thing, trying to reach over the top, and he may give up 2. He's got to lock his hands in the crotch and try and stalemate it out here so neither wrestler gets any points.
He's doing fine with it right now. He has plenty of leverage with those long arms.
Nope,
there he gives
2.
it up.
Just doesn't want to give any back points, so he gets a 2 takedown, makes it 10-8. Chris got a minute to go to fight this one out. He just needs to be toughing this one out. He's going to let him go again.
Lets him go. There's the escape.
And Root's back in. He gave 1 escape. Root shot right back in, and he's going to get the 2. There's 2.
There's the 2-point takedown.
That'll help. 1 minute to go, 13-8. Chris has just got to control those arms, control those wrists. Right now he's trying to do a chicken wing, try to bar the other arm with his right arm. He's got to get on that wrist with his right hand.
He gives back that chicken wing and works for another move.
He needs to step through it high, pick it up at the knee, pick it up at the knee and step through it. There's his cradle. He's going to try to slap that cradle on one more time. Lots of pressure on him. He's got to keep that elbow pulled in tight.
10 seconds left. Unable to lock up that cradle.
Looks like a good win for Chris Root.
That it is. And there's a decision. 13-8.
So that'll be 3 points for the Jayhawks.
So they'll now lead the match 9-0 after the forfeit that Zach Cooper received at 141. We move on to the 157-pound weight class. Tyler Stenberg will be wrestling for the Jayhawks, while Earl Bryant will be wrestling for
Earl Bryant.
For Olivet.
Earl Bryant is from Springport High School down by Jackson, Michigan, which is very close to Olivet's campus. Tyler Stenberg is from Reese Puffer High School. Tyler currently ranked number 3 in the country with a 21-3 record. Placed 6th in the Nationals last year for us. Plan is for him to go down to 141 for the national tournament.
And today he's wrestling in the 157-pound weight class. Bryant.
Got a little muscle there.
Gets the 2-point takedown.
No.
I thought he signaled. He did give him 2.
He gave him 2. That's pretty quick 2. There's a double. Come up with it.
No escape as of yet.
There's
point. There's
2
there's
takedown, and now it should be a counting. Oh, bad call there. He has his back exposed. It should have been 2-point near fall.
Well, they're going to give him the reversal for 2, so we're tied at 2.
Yep.
If they would have given an escape, he could have ended up with an extra point.
Which that should have been the call. 1 escape, 2 takedown. Now Tyler's working for his tilt. Tyler just got kind of caught. This gives again, Tyler's always bumping up a weight for us, so he's giving away some size like he did on Wednesday night.
Yes, he did.
Not quite as much as he did Wednesday night because that boy was big.
Bisher was a good-sized guy.
Yep,
he was all of that,
was
157.
Yeah, he was 160 something. So, but Tyler's just got to remember again, this guy's up a weight class and he's going to be a little bit stronger. Head lever him, take that arm in. There he goes. Just got to try to dominate on time, build up some of that riding time. In college, if you can control your opponent for 1 minute or more from the top position, you'll get 1 point for riding time at the end of the match.
And he tilted him for only a second.
Gave him 1 count. And the other thing in college that's different from high school, John, is that you can score back points and you can pin your opponent out of bounds with only 1 foot in bounds. Whereas in high school, you have to have all the supporting points in bounds in order to get your points. So right now, Tyler's just tying up that arm, trying to set that tilt up to the side if he can.
Right,
Got to be careful not to get too high. Just trying hard for that tilt, trying to get those back points. A little bit of a scare in the beginning there because the young man from Olivet was able to take the head wrench and put Tyler right on his back, but Tyler was strong enough to bridge through it. But I'm sure it put a little scare in Tyler's heart for a minute there, looking up at the ceiling.
He's not used to looking in that direction. Now Bryant gets back up to his base.
Tyler again trying to slide that hip under, get that 2. He's just not quite tight enough.
25 seconds left. And they're going to call a stalemate and bring them back towards center.
Stalemate simply means that neither wrestler is improving their position as far as either trying to score back points or trying to escape. So when 2 wrestlers are not working, the referee will often call stalemate and give them a fresh start, see what they can do off the whistle. And that's where Tyler is right now, trying to break him down.
Breaks him down and
tries that
tilt. Tilted him right there. Only 1 count there, so didn't hold him long enough for points.
Again, it's a size factor, I think. So
that crossface.
Tyler gonna get frustrated.
Another crossface, and that'll do it for the first period. A couple of little crossfaces there at the tail end.
Tyler has to keep his emotions under control and not get carried away with his frustration. I know he's frustrated because he can't tilt this guy, but he has to be careful about throwing that crossface from left field.
Tyler Stenberg picks the down position to start the second period.
Yeah, he likes to step over stuff.
And there's a 2-point reversal.
Again, he's got to be careful. He's going to get penalized for being a little too aggressive.
Aggressive crossface.
He's just getting a little frustrated because he can't get his tilt, so he's getting a little bit frustrated. So he just has to keep his emotions under control.
Will the referee give a warning on that at first, or if it's too strong of a move, he'll give points?
Usually they'll give a little verbal warning and say easy on the crossface, something like that. And the second time they'll ding him for a point.
He's working on a wing on the right arm. The referee's right there, making sure it doesn't go past a certain angle.
I think Tyler's just getting a little frustrated. The bottom man basically is stalling, trying to stay off his back, so it should be a warning for stalling here pretty soon against Olivet. There's points.
Yes. We'll get at least 3 right there.
Yep.
As long as he holds that same hold.
He broke his grip, so he should get. It should be a separate set of back points because he did break his grip. So it should have been 3 and another 3. He's sliding into that half Nelson now. He's going high on the shoulder. This is a different combination. It should be a different set of 3. It's a mistake on the referee's part.
Now he straightens them out. All it needs to do is put the blades on the mat for 1 second versus 2 for high school.
There it is.
There it is. There's the pin. The pin will be at 443.
Good job, John. Good job. Name?
Kevin Papik.
Kevin Papik and Tobias Barnes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good here.
6 more points for the fall by Stenberg. Gives the Jayhawks a 15-0 lead. We move on to the 165-pound weight class. TJ Barnes versus Kevin Papik.
TJ Barnes is actually our 157-pounder. We bumped him up, and he's got
nice
a real
move.
nice pancake
2-point
there. But he didn't
takedown.
hold him there. He should have held him for 2. He didn't.
And a 1-point reversal.
So Tobias is currently ranked number 11 in the country. He has a 22-7 record for us. Has been placed in most of the tournaments we've been in. The young man from Olivet is from Warren Kuzno, over on the east side of the state by Detroit. I think he's a sophomore or possibly a junior. I think a sophomore. There's TJ's good shot again. There's another good shot. He's got to step in front of that hip and make the commitment like he did the first time to put the young man right on his back.
You need to step and turn to get that leverage to flip him on that hip toss.
He has to take him over his hip, so he has to commit to put his feet in front.
And they go off the edge of the mat with 2:03 left in the first period. 2-1. TJ Barnes.
TJ pretty solid on his feet. There's his single, double. Again, he's trying to get in front of that. He's just trying to muscle it. Now he's got to get better hip position. 2, slide behind. He's trying to force that underhook a little bit too much.
Partial shot by Papik.
DJ trying to set up his high crotch again, trying to get that inside control, inside position with his hand. There it is. Kind of a token shot. He's got to make a better penetration with his feet. Step in deeper with his feet and get his hips closer to the other man. So right now, just a lot of hand fighting going on. There's a token shot again. He's got to get better penetration.
There's a good strong shot and a 2-point takedown.
Got the ankle. Once he secured the ankle, the young man from Olivet just kind of bailed out and gave up the 2.
Papik trying to get to his feet.
TJ trying to set up his cradle. Now he's got his double. Now he needs to step through it. When he picks him off his feet, he wants to either throw the half Nelson while he has him in the air, or he wants to step through the hips so that he can get the Turk and put him to his back. Turk simply means that you're stepping inside between your opponent's legs and hooking the knee and then driving through, putting them on their back.
Papik trying to get up to his feet. Barnes looking for an opportunity, either a cradle or something to put him towards his back. Now
trying a three-quarter. Yep. Good job, John. You know that old three-quarter, Nelson. You saw it coming. Was that your favorite move in high school?
It was one of them.
Yeah, just hook that leg and trap that head and crush him over.
Put that shoulder underneath his chest, grab a hold of the head, and come up and over and pull it in.
So is that a move that Coach Zindel taught you, or was that something you learned on your own?
Well, you learn it from other wrestlers or some of the different camps, but it was something that Reese Buffer worked on.
All right.
4-1, a 3-point lead for TJ Barnes.
Olivet's choosing the down position, looking for an escape, trying to get back on their feet. Barnes doesn't really like to ride a lot, so I figured he'd probably let him go pretty quick.
Quick 1-point escape.
Now we got to go back and get on the offense. TJ has a tendency sometimes, John, to get a lead and then just kind of wait for the other guy and try to counter rather than staying with his offense right there. Control the head, front headlock, snap him down again. He wants to bring the Olivet man back to us.
Oh, there's a nice move. 2-point takedown, put him on his back.
What you don't want to do is be on your knees, reaching for your opponent's knees, because the only thing that bothers us with DJ is he puts people on their back, but he doesn't hold them there for the points. So that was a 3-point near fall, so we have a 9-2 lead.
Some of those moves, as long as you make that move, put him on the back, like you say, find a way to secure it so he doesn't roll right through it.
Right.
Go for the fall. The old Russ Swanson, what is the object of wrestling? To go for the
win.
Pin.
No, Russ says you go for the pin because Russ was a pinner. He did a neck wrench and he pinned a lot of people. He was in the national tournament for me, wrestling the years. They're going to be a national champion for us in the semis. And before they had the 15-point tech fall back then, he was behind like 20-something to 8. And the kid from Oklahoma took one too many shots. Russ neck wrenched him and pinned him. When the match was over, the young man from Oklahoma, Claremore, Oklahoma, jumped up to his feet and said, "Come on, let's go outside."
Settle it outside? No, it's already been settled on the mat.
It's already been settled.
Yep. 11-3, TJ Barnes, an 8-point lead.
A warning on Olivet for stalling because he has his forehead on the mat. You got to keep your forehead off the mat. If you just post out with your arms like he is and just don't make any damage, you get back to your base, they'll hit you for stalling. Nice job on that tapper. He's doing a great job for us. He's right Johnny on the spot. He knows what he's doing.
Barnes chooses the neutral position. As you mentioned, Ron, he prefers that much more than trying to ride from on top. He likes to shoot and throw him on his back. Much
more comfortable on his feet. And he does do a good job of getting his feet back and putting on the hip pressure. He isn't one of those guys that tries to go to the crotch rod, and try to get that time up for a stalemate situation. He wants to sprawl those feet, pound on the head, spin around, get his two. So he's done a great job for us here. As a freshman, to get 20 wins as a freshman in college is pretty impressive.
Nice shot on that right leg, and it's a 2-point takedown.
Gets that single leg and then just powers through it.
Nice cross face.
Trying a little Chris Root here. He's going to try to pick up that inside knee and turk him. Or cross face cradle.
Controlling the wrists.
Yeah. And again, TJ is up a weight class, down at 157. He's going to have a real challenge in our regional qualifying tournament down in Chicago. Is the young man in his weight class is returning All-American for Harper College. So he'll have a very competitive match down there.
The Jayhawks have let it known that they want to move a lot of their wrestlers down a weight. They'll be much stronger. Do they have to wrestle a certain amount of matches before regionals to qualify at a weight class? Or?
No, not in college.
Okay.
As long as you're following the weight loss program and progressing down at 1.5% of your body weight per week, you're eligible to wrestle that lower weight class. There's another single leg.
Shot, a takedown.
He did what they call run the pipe. They just run a guy in a circle until he falls down. So he needs a set of back points here. Maybe he's got the major decision. So because he has the 1 minute riding time, which would make the score 16-4. So,
8 or more gives you that major decision.
Yeah. So unless he does something.
There's almost had that cradle.
He's going for that tech fall.
And that'll do it. 15-4, major decision. Gives the Jayhawks 4 more points. 19-0. After 4 weight classes, we move on to the 174-pound weight class.
We'll be moving our 165-pounder. Devon Jackson. Okay. Devon will be receiving a forfeit.
So that'll be 6 more points.
6 more points for the good guys.
For the good guys. Devon Jackson. 6 more for the Jayhawks right there. Now the 184-pound weight class.
Ryan Clark. Okay. Ryan Clark for us. Levante Purdue for the Jayhawks. Now we're in our regular. Levante is our usual 184-pounder.
Yes.
Yes. That's where your X is. He's a little scary.
Levante won 9-3 against Dietz of Grand Valley on Wednesday night.
This young man from Olivet is from Lansing, Michigan, and he went to Lansing Catholic Central, same place that Chris Root went to school. Levante Purdue is currently ranked 10th in the country at 184, has an 18-8 record, and has placed first at the Niagara tournament and third at the Triton and the Muskegon Opens at 197. So he's down in weight class because our 197-pounder Donovan Fouche, who was fourth in the country last year, is back in our lineup now.
Wrestlers,
As you saw the other night, Levante Purdue has real strong hips.
Yes.
Right now he's got to bring that in.
Attacking that right leg.
Get it out in front of you. Got to get the leg out in front of him. There he goes. Now kick the other foot out.
Quick that he's hopping with, and he gets the 2-point takedown.
Levante pretty strong on top. He'll probably attack those arms. Try to put Clark on his hip.
There he breaks him down to the mat.
Working for that chicken wing, trying to tie up that arm if he can.
Working for a wing on that right arm.
Got to get the chicken wing in a little deeper.
And Clark's able to limp arm out of the chicken wing. A nice tight waist there by Purdue. One minute left in the first period. Purdue with a slim 2-0 lead.
As you see, Levante tries to stay up on his toes, keep as much of his body weight, forcing the opponent forward, trying to break him down with that wrist. The young man from Olivet is just trying to keep a base, trying to slide his knee up so he can try to stand up, maybe and get an escape.
Levante able to keep him down there right on the mat, holding out, controlling that left wrist. Now reaching from the side. It's out perpendicular to him and looking to pull him over, get some back points here.
You pick up the inside knee maybe and step through and try to turk him. Jayhawks a little down on numbers this year as far as total number of men on the team, but the group we do have is very solid, and we can just stay healthy for the next 3 weeks and get to the weight classes where we need to be. And then hopefully we'll have a pretty representative team come to the national qualifying tournament.
Purdue picks the neutral position. He likes to tap that head a couple times before taking his shot.
As you can see, his reaction time is a lot better than, say, Chris Root. He's very good at sprawling those legs back.
Quick, cat quick.
What kind of cat would that be? Tiger, lion?
Those are both pretty. I think a tiger probably is a little quicker than a lion.
I would think so. Or maybe a house cat.
And Purdue comes right around behind, nearly gets the takedown as Clark is able to escape that one.
Again, he's got to put some pressure on the head. Keep working the head so the Olivet man raises his head up, and then boom, you go underneath on your high crotch or your single leg shot, whatever it needs to be. It's good to get the Jayhawks on the mat today with 3 different duels so that they can have an opportunity to stay fresh and be ready. Next weekend we go to the Alma Open, which is a very tough tournament. And then the following week we go to Grand Valley State University for their tournament on Sunday. There's nice head pressure.
2-point takedown.
And then we have a week off, and then we go to the national qualifying tournament down in Chicago.
Will that be held at Triton or?
Yes, Triton holds it because Triton's about halfway between us and Lincoln College, and then Harper College is about 20 minutes away, so that's the best location.
Keeps his feet in bounds to try to get the takedown.
There you can see he's still got one toe on the mat.
Boy, my goodness, is that knee supposed to bend that way?
Not quite that far, but it looks like the young man, Clark, has pretty good flexibility.
Yes, he does. 4-1, a 3-point lead for Levante Purdue, second period.
It is. Okay. First thing he's got to do is just get those feet moving. He's got to explode up and step up with those feet and keep those feet moving.
Purdue is up to his feet, trying to work on the hands and gets the 1-point escape. Purdue ties up that head, gets good hold on the back of the head.
They keep working the head, trying to get a score. For the third period. Olivet knows that you're wrestling exhibition 33, right?
And that heavyweight.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him about
They work towards the center.
All right, Levante here will try to set up position. Again, work the head, try to get inside control. Try to set up his shot, try to set up that single leg shot again, see if he can get in there and score a couple more points. Just got to stay aggressive.
Purdue kind of pull on that head, and when the opponent kind of lifts his head back up, it opens up for a nice shot.
Yep, that's the intention. If I can force your head down, your natural reaction should be to pull your head up, and when you pull your head up, it exposes your legs. So again, he's trying to be what we call heavy on the head, meaning put a lot of pressure on him. Yeah, we'd like to see him finish strong here, get another takedown. He has a tendency, there it is.
There's a partial shot.
A little eye poke.
Clark.
Accidental poke in the eye, didn't do it intentionally.
He said he's fine, they'll start right back at the neutral position.
Our good man, Marty McDermott, our athletic director here, just brought us some water. He's always taking care of us here. He does a great job here at Muskegon Community College.
He does.
With all the sports programs.
I agree.
He tries to, you know, if you ask him something or ask a request of him, he'll try to do his best to get that for you. And we're really excited about the new building project going on here. We're excited about the fact that we're getting a new facility that's going to have a wrestling room in it. It's going to be bigger, make it easier, hopefully, for us to recruit against some of the other schools with facilities.
That'll do it. 5-1 decision. Give the Jayhawks 3 more points, 28-0. Talking about that new building project, is there an expected start when they're going to begin breaking
Staley,
ground?
Yep.
Fouche.
Fouche.
Yep. Yeah, they're hoping to break ground. They said they hope to break ground. They've already broken ground and are constructing the new natural science wing, and they're hoping to break ground maybe this spring for the new health and wellness center. If they can, and if not, then no later than fall. So we should be in it within a year and a half. A little fireman's carry by Staley,
yes.
Caught Donovan a little
2-point
flat-footed.
takedown.
Yeah. Staley is from Lowell High School, which is an extremely strong high school program.
Yes.
They've won the state championship a couple times. Most of the wrestlers are pretty solid. This young man is a very solid young man. Again, Fouche's got to be careful with that underhook because that's how he got fireman carried the first time. But Donovan's pretty strong. He just, I think, was a little relaxed that last time. Here he's
little wizard. Oh, and he drops him right down on the back. There's a 2-point takedown.
Big time hip toss. And Fouche is pretty good about not letting people get off their back.
He clamps him down.
Hope my wife, the photographer, got a picture of that one. It happened pretty quick, but he took him right over the hip with a nice hip toss. That's what we're trying to get.
And there's the pin.
That's what we're trying to get Tobias Barnes to do, is commit his hips like that so he can toss somebody over their hip.
We're going to call that pin at 59 seconds because the clock ticked another second.
We can do that.
All right, we have the power?
Yes.
All right, 6 points,
Yep.
34-0. And now the 285s.
Gotcha. Jordano, Olivet actually will receive a forfeit here. and then we'll wrestle one of our young men exhibition against him.
Why would they do that?
We've got the match sewed up. Our heavyweight Schroff has a little bit of a bad ankle right now, so we're not going to wrestle him at this point. But my understanding was that we were going to wrestle our backup heavyweight as an exhibition match.
So we're gonna do exhibitions afterwards, right? So we have more forfeits, or what's going on?
No, the next one is an exhibition bout also. So there's no match. Actually, what's happening is that there's no match at 125, and we're forfeiting to Olivet at 133. So he'll receive a forfeit first, and then we'll have an exhibition bout.
Forfeit, and then we're gonna do our exhibition. Okay.
So. Again, Olivet will
6
get
points,
6
so it'll be
heavyweight.
34-6. There's
Right.
no match, so the points continue at the lower weight. So it'll still say 34-6 going into 133,
Right.
and then another forfeit for Olivet makes
Right.
it 34-12, which will be the final score.
Which will be the final score.
Now we move on to some exhibition mats.
Yeah. Yeah, he's right. He was walking out on the mat a minute ago. There he is over
Jake
by the
Kinney
wall.
will be wrestling Dakota Carey. And Dakota Carey wrestled 125 on Wednesday.
Right, he's got a pretty hefty cut to make 125 every time, so this time we decided not to cut him down and just to wrestle him up and let him wrestle.
Nice double leg.
Nice
2-point
power double.
takedown.
That's Dakota Carey that we have to see when he gets down to 125. We have to see that kind of explosion when he gets down to 125. And he's pretty tough on top. He gets the legs, but you got to get up higher. Now he's going to work that power half. Try to screen, get a little loose with it. He's got to force that elbow through a little bit better. He's a little loose right now.
He's going to get some
Let's
back
see.
points there, at least.
You can see they're out of bounds. Even though they're all the way out of bounds in their upper body, their legs are inbounds. So it counts as a position as far as a fall can be scored, can be done.
He'll get at least 3 here because it's reached a 5 count and they're off the edge, so 3 points for a near fall. 5-0. Dakota's from that fine school from the middle of the state. That
He's
green
from
and white.
Lapeer. He's from Lapeer West.
But where
he's a transfer from Michigan State
Thank you.
University, but
Yes,
he's
sir.
from Lapeer West High School, which there is no longer a Lapeer West. Lapeer West and
All one.
Lapeer East combined to make just one school. Their enrollments were down. He's done a good job for us this year at 25 and 33. He's got, I think, like an 8-8 record. He's not a real strong, powerful wrestler, so he has to use his length to his advantage whenever he can. Here he's going to try to force that arm to the back and weave it under the other side, and then try to put on a half Nelson and see if he can get the fall. He's got to secure that other wrist. There he goes. That's pretty tight now.
He ducks it over. There's the pin.
Ooh.
Quick pin at 118.
Yeah,
118, the time of the fall in this exhibition bout.
right. So
And we will have one more exhibition bout up at 285.
that's a little morale builder for him.
Anthony Jordano. And who will he be
Omar
wrestling?
Canales.
Omar
Omar's
Canales.
the young
Omar
man
wrestled the other night. He
other
got
night
foot
exhibition.
stepped on.
Yeah, we're actually redshirting Omar this year, so he's wrestling as a unattached redshirt. But we want to try to give him the opportunity to get on the mat and get some matches. So
Quite a
Jordano,
singlet.
I watched him wrestle a couple times this year for Olivet. He's pretty agile for a big guy. This would be hopefully a good match. Again, Omar trying to get up on that head and put some pressure on that head.
Omar was giving up a lot of weight on Wednesday night, and looks like he's doing the same here today.
Yeah, Omar's only about 230, 235 maybe. From Saginaw, Arthur Hill, Saginaw, Michigan. Famous song, wasn't it, John? Saginaw, Michigan. Who sang that song, John?
Saginaw, Michigan?
Yeah, there's a song called Saginaw, Michigan.
I'm not familiar with that
I
one.
thought you were the guy that knew all about songs.
I know
and
Bob
music.
Seger sings a lot of songs about Michigan and the Ann Arbor area, but
That might be it, but I thought there was a Saginaw, Michigan song.
it
Anyway,
sounds like a
he's from
country
there,
song.
and the young man from Olivet is from Clarenceville, Livonia, over again.
Giordano?
Yep, Anthony Giordano. Actually, I think Olivet has about 9 heavyweights on their team. So about a third of their team right now is heavyweights.
they must have some good restaurants over near that college.
Must be. Yeah. I don't think there's. You ever been to Olivet?
I have. I went and saw Mr. Gifford down there a couple
That's
times.
not what we call a booming metropolis.
No, it
It's,
isn't. It's on 69 south of, I don't know, about 30 miles southwest of
I always thought it was
Lansing.
a suburb of Charlotte. You know?
You could call it a suburb of Charlotte. It's just a little further down the road.
But it's good to see Omar out on the mat, see him get some competition as a freshman. You know, he's very enthusiastic. He's always in practice every day. Does a nice job, gets in there and mixes it up with our heavyweight, Jay Schroff, who's a little bigger. He's about 280.
The chin strap
Stop
pops
for a
off.
little equipment repair real quick here. There's a little slap on the butt just to kind of keep him awake.
Just keep him awake. There's a nice shot. Looking for a double leg and the
Careful
sprawl
that weight, get that feedback.
by Jordano. Trying to come around the side.
Like I say, Omar's not afraid to mix it up. He's got lots of motion.
Ooh, there's a shot, and they
Good
go off the edge
sprawl.
of the mat.
Good sprawl
Yes,
by
it
Omar.
was.
Well, it's great to see these kids, you know, get the opportunity to get some matches in, try to stay fresh. I think the next round we'll be wrestling Alma College.
Alma College,
And
yes.
they should have a pretty competitive group. I think we might, you know, again, to cover the weights, I think we might bump a couple kids up.
Omar trying to come around the side. Nice
Oh,
double!
what a nice double.
There's
And
a
bad points.
takedown for Omar.
Ooh, and that could have been 2 back if that referee was a little sharper. But that was a nice power double by Omar.
Gives you a
Especially on
good
some
appreciation of Fred Schmidt. Fred Schmidt gets right around there and gets those calls.
Omar trying to break down that arm,
Yes.
force him forward.
Holding on to that left wrist. Little cross face. And that's the end of the first period.
What a nice power double by Omar Canales.
Yes, it was. Canales with a 2-0 lead after the first period. Jordano
I think he'll probably go back up on his
defers.
feet.
And Omar says, let's go back to our feet.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to crawl underneath him because
No.
he's a pretty big boy.
Tough to get out from underneath.
Right.
A couple swats at the head, couple
stay
couple
cool
big
there, don't
black
you?
bears out there.
They don't want to get too aggressive. Omar's getting a little overexcited now. He's starting to cross his feet, and that's a bad habit. So we got to make sure that we always know where we are in position. We always are under control as far as our movements are concerned. Got to circle. The big guy's going to try and push him around, push him out of bounds to see if he can get a stalling call on Omar. Oops, be careful about crossing your feet. Again, Olivet wrestler wants to be, again, what we call heavy on the head. He wants Omar to know. Yep.
There's
So he got his warning by just pushing him around because he's just bigger. And so he's using his weight to his advantage, trying to pull Omar's head down and just push him around, trying to push him out of bounds.
stalling warning was to Canales.
Against Canales for backing up. You have to circle and you can't back straight up or you're considered to be stalling. And right now he's just getting pushed around by somebody with more body weight.
They're right there towards the center. Now there's a shot there by Canales and he gives up on it. Wasn't quite there.
Trying to catch him again with that power double. And Omar's got to keep trying to put pressure on Jordano's head and trying to force him down. Kind of letting Olivet, young man, control the motion now. That's what you'd like to have, is a big, tall, heavyweight, 6'2", 6'3". I mean, used to be in the day, a few years back, there was no limitation on how much a heavyweight could weigh.
Right.
So we had some 400-pounders and that kind of thing. That just wasn't healthy. So the NCAA said heavyweights can weigh no more than 285 pounds. So most of the heavyweights, especially big, circle, 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 go, go,
Trying
go.
to get around and he will not get there in time. No points in the second period, so it stays 2-0 Omar Canales with a 2-point lead going into the third and final period. Omar will be in the top position to start the third period.
He's got to be careful that the other man doesn't lock his wrist and roll him. That's what heavyweights do, so he's got to be real careful about it. He's got to pick that ankle up and drive it. But most of your heavyweights now in Division I, most colleges, 2, 3, whatever level of college wrestling it is, most heavyweights now are 6'3", 6'4", 245 to 260, and they're really good athletes, very, very good athletes.
He holds onto that arm and he's pushing from the side.
Oh, he's got to circle around behind.
Jordano gets the 1-point escape. It's a 1-point match.
There's too much time on the clock, though. It should only be a 2-minute period.
You're exactly right, Ron. That's a first period time.
Oh, he's trying to change it now. Now the clock's not working.
And the official will stop it to get the clock set up.
It's only a 2-minute period. They had it set at 3. It's only a 2-minute period. They had it set at 3.
They were down to about, before it went to 12.5, it was like 2:29 or 2:27, so it should be 1.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Good job again by our athletic director, Marty McDermott.
Saving the day. Saving the day.
He knows what he's doing. He's right on top of it every time. Although he was a basketball coach from Iowa, his first love, I think, is wrestling.
Is wrestling.
I think
Iowa loves
wrestling.
wrestling.
His first love is wrestling.
Iowa loves wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, Canales comes around the side trying to get that 2-point takedown.
Catches the knee.
No points yet. There it is. There's the 2-point takedown.
Good hustle by Omar. Good hustle. A lot of pressure.
He nearly pushed it at some back points.
He's got to be careful now. He doesn't want to hang there. That big guy will catch his wrist and do that side roll.
He gets up to his base. Now he gets up to his feet.
You probably give him the one. Oh, good job.
He picks up the foot. And there's a 1-point escape.
Now we'll see some action. Last minute to go. He'll be banging heads now. Circle Omar if he backs straight up. That's 1 point.
Oh, there's a 1-point stalling point.
That's a pretty quick.
It's now 4-3.
And that's all that's going to try and do now is push him around and see if he can get another
Try to get another stalling point.
Yeah, that was a pretty quick call by the referee. I mean, he was backing up, and the other guy was charging him. He's got to jerk him. There you go. Keep him down there. Circle around. No, no, no.
Try to put a whizzer in. It didn't work out. Now Canales standing his ground. There's a two-leg shot.
Circle, circle, circle. Pull him down, circle.
Puts the front headlock on. And now breaks away. 7 seconds left. Just needs to stay in that center ring there.
There he goes. Good sprawl. Break him down. Sprawl, sprawl,
and
sprawl.
That'll do it. A 4-3 decision. Omar Canales.
Nice job by Omar Canales. Giving away a little size, giving a little weight away, but lots of hustle, lots of movement. Good job of wrestling.
Canales with a 4-3 decision.
Final score, John?
Final score is 34-12. Jayhawks defeating Olivet. We want to just kind of, while the other match is going on, let's summarize the matches. Zach Cooper, he didn't need any help as he's ranked #1 in the nation. Took a forfeit at 141, making it 6-0. Then at 149, Chris Root was wrestling Matt Lopez of Olivet. And he won 13-8, given that nice decision, working his cradles, working that tall, lengthy body.
Yeah, like I said, Chris is cutting some weight for us, and so he always feels it a little bit in that first match. He's going to feel a little bit more fatigue, but he's got that nice cross-face cradle, so he can score back points, you know, in a hurry, so that helps him.
And then Tyler Stenberg is still wrestling up some weight classes. He took on Earl Bryant. Bryant took him down quickly, and then there was a reversal. And then in the second period, Tyler stuck him to the mat at 443.
Tyler's got a lot of mat sense. He's good, moves well on the mat. He's again giving a little size and weight away, but is able to use his technique to his advantage.
Then at 185, T.J. Barnes and Kevin Papik.
65.
Excuse me, you're right. 165. T.J. Barnes was wrestling Papik, and it was 11-3 going into the third and final period. A couple more takedowns, and it ended up being a major decision, 15-4.
Yep. TJ very good on his feet. Caught Kevin a couple of times on the pancake and took him right from his feet to his back and scored some back points.
Devin Johnson received a forfeit at 174. That gave 6 more points, 25-0. Then 184, Levante Purdue and Ryan Clark squared off. A good match, but Purdue came away with a 5-1 decision.
Yeah, Levante very solid on his feet, good with counter and reshots, so was able to score off his feet.
197, Donovan Fouche, he got that takedown. He was taken down by Staley, but then escaped, did a takedown, and he held his man right there, got the pin at 59 seconds.
Yeah, as I said, Jake Staley, a good wrestler. He comes from a very strong high school program, hit Donovan with a little short fireman's carry right off the bat. And then Donovan came back with an escape and a takedown and a fall because he did what we call a hip toss. He tossed him right over his hip, right to his back, and pinned him.
Anthony Jordano in the official match received a forfeit up at 285, but then in the exhibition he wrestled Canales, and Canales with a good match, winning a 1 point, giving up a lot of weight, winning 4-3 in the exhibition.
Yeah,
match.
giving away some size, but always scrambling, always hustling.
There was no match at 125, so no points goes towards either team. Then at 133 there was a forfeit, Jake Kinney winning the forfeit there, but then in an exhibition match, Dakota Carey came up from down there. His normal weight's near 133. He came up with a pin at 1:18.
Yeah, Dakota's our normal 125-pounder and just wasn't able to get down there this week. He does cut a lot of weight, so he has to start early to get that weight down. So we just wrestled him up at 33 as an exhibition match.
So once again, the final score between Muskegon and Olivet, 34-12 in favor of the Jayhawks. That's the first round right there. They'll be having a second round. Muskegon will be taking on Alma. They currently are wrestling on the other mat, taking on Indiana Tech. So we're going to take a timeout. You're watching Jayhawk Wrestling right here on MCC TV.